So we have two great new products to discuss today. PDUs, which are power distribution units, and the necessary cables you might need depending on the unit you buy. So first, what is a PDU? A PDU is a device that allows you to remotely log into another device and turn power on or off to any individual port. You then have your equipment plugged in and you can remotely turn off any of these devices. This is ideal for servers and a range of IT products, mainly for non-PoE devices like modems. So if you're an MSP, you can power cycle the device without driving to the location or having someone on site unplug it. Another use is for computers or servers. I have a few servers running at my home, performing various tasks. Some are for my church, and they send out reminders for our services, download images from our emails, or do other tasks to automate as much of our admin and IT work as possible. If those servers become unresponsive to remote commands, I can use a PDU to turn off power to the server and then turn it back on again. Before, I used to have to either drive to the location or painstakingly describe what the computer or server looked like and which button turns it off and which button turns it back on. This was often a difficult task as it required precisely describing exactly what a device looks like, how to turn it on, and then how to do some maintenance on it. With this, I don't have to drive home or to the church to power cycle my device. This makes my job as an IT professional for my church much more manageable. I can now remotely control not just the network, but the physical ports. So if there's no internet, I can power cycle some devices, or if a device is frozen, I can log into the PDU and turn off the port associated with that device. We have two different PDUs that are noticeably different. So let's start with our SKU 120234. This is our 6-outlet PDU that uses a NEMA 5 plug. This is the standard plug for the US. This model also has our latest firmware upgrades. We recently worked with our manufacturing team and we improved the firmware. We added some features, such as a time delay, so when you turn off a port, it's automatically going to come back on for power cycling. We also have a community-supported API and are working on seeing if it's feasible to make that into a device-supported API. Once we have more information on that, we'll share that with you once it's finalized. A PDU is a product that every MSP needs. With new features like these time delays, you can easily perform remote power cycling of network equipment without having a tech on site. We also all know that from years of IT, 90% of the time turning something off and turning it back on again fixes the issue. The second model that we have is our SKU 163682. As you can tell, the outputs are different. It uses a C20 input and a C13 output. We sell cables that you would need if you want to use this device. As you can see in the back of a switch, many of switches already have this type of cable here. So either of these can be used in rack mount switch environments, but IT teams often lean towards this one here, because it has one cable for everything and you get more power. The reason for buying a PDU with this type is that it provides more power, about 16 amps, which is critical in a data center for an IT department or a server farm, or even for a hosting farm. This is huge. This means you're getting more power to that rack and you can run more servers. So some IT teams also that work with server farms and data hosting will only use these because it simplifies the device ecosystem. Everything uses one cable and everything gets a little bit more power. And when you're talking about servers, this is a huge improvement. We offer both models because it makes it easier for you as the IT tech or installer to set up the network in the best way for the customer. If your device doesn't already come with a compatible cable, we have two here, a 3-foot and a 6-foot model. And as you can see, on the back of your switch and most of your server equipment, you already have a connector that will fit right here. To summarize, we offer two PDUs, the SKU 120234, which is ideal for IT teams that use a standard US plugs, and this one here, the SKU 163682, which uses these plugs here, which are better for server farms, large-scale IT operations, because everything has one cable and provides more power, about 30% more power per rack. Many of our enterprise customers lean towards this unit, while a lot of our smaller business customers lean towards this one. If your shop or company does a lot of business with small to medium-sized businesses or office environments, in that case, you'll likely want to carry both of these for the added flexibility and being able to cater to both types of clients. Thank you again for choosing Intellinet, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out by calling the number on screen or by opening a ticket.